We are the dollars and cents.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to do another unboxing, first impressions, and update video. This time it's going to be on a fragrance from the House of Dunhill. And I actually did a review on the red version of this fragrance last year. Yeah, it's about a year ago here in a couple of weeks. And I did, I don't know if I promised, but I did say that if I got my hands on the blue version, that I would do a video on it, and I did. So I found a decent price for this one. I think I paid for around $35-40 for this one, 100 ml. But yeah, it's going to be Dunhill Icon Racing Blue. And like I mentioned, the last one I did was the red. Now we'll go ahead and kind of spoil. You can watch the video. I will put that video in the that and all the Dunhill fragrance videos down in the description below. But I will say that one did remind me of the Versace Eros Flame. So kind of a copy of that fragrance. I did hear a long time ago, it was around this time last year, that this fragrance actually reminds people of another one. And it's kind of a good company to be keeping, so I'm kind of hoping that it does smell like it. But we will get to that here in a bit. But yeah, so Dunhill Icon Racing is a men's citrus woody aromatic fragrance released in 2021. I don't know the nose behind this fragrance. It is an eau de parfum concentration. I'll go ahead and show you guys the box. Nothing too fancy. If you guys are familiar with the line, it looks exactly the same as the other ones. It just has a little bit of texture on the box. And here is the bottle. Now, I will say I do actually love these bottles because they are super duper heavy, super sturdy, super thick. I think the video I did on the red, the Icon Racing Red, was like a little 30 mil. But look at this one. This thing's giant. So yeah, it has like, I don't know what you call this, but it's like little tiny diamond etching, but it gives it some really firm grip, and it feels like it's metal. If it's not metal, it's plastic. Super heavy though. If you guys are familiar with their private line, they just came out their niche higher end line. They come in bottles that look just like this, but it's clear. They take this part off, and I think they leave the cap with black or whatever on it, but the cap looks pretty much the same. There is a stripe there for the racing blue. Again, I don't know what the racing blue signifies. I think the racing green was supposed to be named after a car or a color or something like that over in the UK. I'm not really sure. Red, blue, not sure if that's racing related, but yeah. So Icon Racing Blue. Here are the notes for this fragrance. Going to get to that real quick. In the top, we have lime, bergamot, and ambroxan. In the mid, we have sea salt, cardamom, neroli, and coriander. And in the base, we round things off with driftwood, sandalwood, ambergris, and patchouli. So it sounds really, really nice. It is very hot today, so definitely looking forward to trying this one. I think probably about 100 degrees outside. Now, I will say, not trying to give a spoiler alert, but I did hear that this fragrance smelled like Dolce & Gabbana The One. I'm not really seeing it with these notes, but I've been surprised before. You know, some of these perfumers out there, or just whatever, these companies can make a fragrance smell like another one using completely different ingredients, so who knows. But it does sound like it's going to be very fresh. I mean, we got the driftwood, the sea salt, and the ambroxan mixed with the citrus notes. So I think it's going to be very fresh and maybe aquatic because it is called blue. But then again, the aquatic name wasn't in the, like, what it was classified. So, you know, go figure on that one. But definitely looking forward to trying this fragrance. So let's get this fragrance a first impression. All right. Clean hand. Now, if you guys don't know anything about these bottles, they usually spray a ton of juice, which is why also another reason why I love these bottles. You can see the juice level here at the bottom. Here is my clean hand here. Here we go. A couple sprays. Yeah, great sprayer. Yes, I did a lot of sprays. Sorry, guys. Okay. Okay. I am getting a Dolce & Gabbana The One feel. Not exact, but it's there. So again, that's a good thing. I'm curious. I have that. I have the one, the original. So I will probably test it side by side at some point. But I will say I'm getting that vibe. Not saying it's a clone. Not saying it's exact, but just off the top, I mean, it's like fresher. It's citrusy. I'm getting the sea salt. This also reminds me of something else. Something else in this smells familiar. But I'm definitely get that that one vibe. I think the actual the D&G the one is a lot boozier. I think that one has ginger. I think it has cardamom as well. I have to go over the notes again on that one, but I can see where people got that. I'm going to say that again probably 100 times. I hope I don't. So the citrus notes are very sweet. They're not like super citrusy, not super sharp or anything like that. It's actually, I'm getting a lot of cardamom. So I'm getting some citrus notes. That cardamom note's very sexy in this. It's a little nutty. It's a little sea salty, a little dry. I'm not getting any aquatic vibes with this one. I'm getting a creamy, citrus, slightly salty fragrance. But I'm not hating this fragrance. Again, it reminds me a little bit of the one, but this is a very nice fragrance. It smells good. It's not super citrusy. It's more like sexy. So just picture the one, but maybe with sea salt and a little fresher, maybe a little woodier, maybe, because it has like the booziness of the one. It has the booziness of that one, but it has also like the sexiness of that one too. But it's just like sea salt and just woodier and fresher. But this fragrance smells really good. I mean, I'm getting all the wood notes, the driftwood, the sandalwood. Thank goodness right now there's not a lot of patchouli in this, because I'm not a big fan of like patchouli heavy fragrances. Yeah, so this has ambergris in the base, and there's also sea salt. So ambergris and sea salt can go hand in hand sometimes. But then again, I don't know. We'll see. I have to give it time, but I do know that the one, I think, has a lot of amber in it, and sometimes people say that those two are similar. Is that a thing? I have to go back and look, but I could have swore that sometimes the fragrance will say it's amber, and then they'll say it's ambergris, and I'm like, how are those even the same thing? And they'll say they are. I could be completely off on that, but that could be why it smells like the one. I don't know. This fragrance is getting sexier, guys. It just seriously changed into something else. I'm getting more of that boozy vibe that you get from the one. So I'm getting almost like that Coca-Cola vibe, rum and Coke vibe that I get from the one. It almost smells a little coconutty, and I think that might be coming from the sandalwood, because sometimes in my nose, sandalwood gives off a coconut vibe. But guys, I'm not going to say this exclusively smells like the one. I'm just saying, like, I don't even know if I would have not known that it reminded me of that. If I would have known it smelled familiar, but I don't know if I would have pinpointed that one. I don't know if I would have gotten that. But since I already knew, maybe my mind's already going, oh, all right, yeah, it does smell like that. But at some point, I will get my one, probably in the update. I'll let you guys know how close it is. But I will just say right now, this fragrance it smells good. Super sexy fragrance. Obviously, can't tell you guys about performance, but I think, man, if this one performs well, I think this one might be a hidden gem for the price. I think, like I said, $40. But yeah, I'm getting like that boozy vibe, that Coca-Cola vibe from this one as well. So yeah, so looking forward to where this one goes. I'm almost at 10 minutes here, so I'm going to try to keep this one, try to end it right now, and then keep the update as short as possible, and just give you guys a nitty gritty. So I'm going to wear this fragrance tonight, and over the next couple of days, give you guys an update shortly. Talk to you then. All right, guys, just want to bring you guys a quick update on the Dunhill Icon Racing Blue. I will start by saying this is not a blue fragrance. I would even venture to say by any means, but there is, the sea salt and the ambroxan and maybe the lime notes, but I don't get a typical blue fragrance out of this. Saying that, this fragrance is close to Dolce & Gabbana the one. They were right with the comparison. At first, I maybe, was dissecting it, trying to figure out whether it was or not. Overall, it does smell like the one. Is it a clone of the one? I don't know. Right now, I'm gonna say it's safe to say that yes, it's supposed to be a clone of the one, maybe just a slightly better performing one. We'll get to that in a minute. I will say that the opening of the one, this also has tobacco and a couple of other things that this one does not. The opening of the one is a lot sharper and a lot thicker and fuller. I will say that. So moving on to Racing Blue. This is a good fragrance. If you're a fan of the one, but you, I don't know, want 100 mil for around $35, 35, $40, and you like slightly better performance, again, we'll get to that in a minute. You're going to like this fragrance. So Ambroxan, according to Fragrantica, I'll put it on the screen here, Ambroxan and the amber that's in this fragrance is under the same category, because in the dry down, this does get warm, spicy, just like the one. So I was really surprised by that, but I was expecting this one to be just a lot fresher, more blue, with maybe a slight hint of the one. I mean, it's slightly fresher, slightly. You might not even be able to notice it. I tried them side by side. You could tell differences, but overall, they were pretty much the same fragrance. I think this one had a heavier opening. This has, again, get to that in a minute, better performance. But this is a nice fragrance. And excuse the sweating here, guys. I just got back from a run, so I'm still cooling down. But this is a good fragrance for the price. If you're into clones, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the record, this is going to be a clone, even though this isn't, it's like in a blue bottle. But longevity for this fragrance, I got 6 hours. Now, I'm not really sure what you guys get with the one, but honestly, with the one, I was getting around 4.5, maybe 5 hours. I was getting 6+ with this one. But I was also going heavy on the trigger. Again, 100 mil juice here. Excellent sprayer. I applied quite a bit of juice, but it did last 6 hours, maybe more. I'm going to stick with 6 just to be safe. For a $35 fragrance, that's really good. Projection was very good in the first couple of hours. That's standard in most fragrances, I will say. But this one, compared to this one, because you might get decent projection for like an hour with this one. This one fades away really fast. This one stuck around for quite a bit when it came to projecting. Not beast, not filling up a room, but pretty good for the price that you're paying, and it resembles a very, very popular fragrance. A fragrance that's very, very popular among the ladies, too, fellas, so keep that in mind. Seasons, wherever you wear the one. If you guys out there haven't tried the one, it's a very sexy fragrance. Kind of boozy. Again, to my nose, it smells a little bit boozy, like Coke and rum. Has a little bit of a coconut. I believe this from the sandalwood. I'm going to say this is best with how it performs. It's not too in your face. I'm going to say this might be good year round. Because if anything, the heat or the warm weather is going to help this one in the performance category. But I think you can easily pull this one off year round. This one's fresh for the warm weather. But it's also, it gets warm, spicy for the cooler weather. So again, that's my recommendation is going to be for year round, I think, for this one. Occasions, all occasions, guys, honestly. Starts off, again, not blue, but just slightly bit fresh compared to the one. Some could venture to say this would be a good date night fragrance only, but that'd probably be just the one. I think this one here, since it's a little bit lighter, a little bit fresher maybe, I think I'm going to give this one to all occasions. Safe for work, safe for school, good for date night, good for dress down, good for casual wear. Just across the board, I think this is a good fragrance for all occasions. Ages. The price, $35 and up, is a good price for anybody really, 18 and up. But honestly, I think that this fragrance might be appreciated by a slightly older nose. So maybe 20 and up. Let's say 20 and up. Easily afford this fragrance. Easily be able to pull this one off. Yeah, so can't really go too young with this one. Overall, is this a cheap but good fragrance? In my book, my opinion, yes it is. I'm going to give this one the cheap but good fragrance. If you can find this one for $35. I think I paid maybe $30, $35, or $38 with tax on eBay. No one's faking this fragrance, guys, so don't worry out there. And I will put a link below where I found the best, cheapest price. But if you can find this fragrance between $35 and $40, I think it is a steal. Fans of the one, you're going to like this fragrance. If you thought this one didn't perform well enough, this one performed slightly better, and you're paying probably half the price. I think I got this one at Marshall's, or at least maybe I saw this one at Marshall's, and it was still like $60 for a 1.7 ounce, which is outrageous. The one holds its value. It's a great fragrance, sexy fragrance. This one, you can get it for about half the price. You're getting double the juice. So, again, if you guys can find this fragrance for $35, $40 for 100 ml, I think you should pull the trigger. If you like the one, if you own the one, don't bother. Don't bother getting this fragrance because you're going to have two of the same thing. If you had this one, ran out, or you broke it, or just whatever, forgot about it, you might want to give this one a try because I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with this fragrance. I was. There's a lot of notes in here that I didn't get a lot of that I wish I did. I was hoping I'd get the one with more sea salt. I wish it was saltier. I wish it was more aquatic. I wish it was the Ambroxan could have given it a little bit more loudness, but it didn't. It literally smelled like a slightly fresher version of the one. That's my nose, guys. That's my opinion. I apologize if you guys don't have the same opinion. But, hey, you guys know what to say about opinions. And you guys probably knew what I was going to say there. But you guys know what they say about opinions. So we all have them, okay? And it's okay if they differ. Just have to throw that out there because I know sometimes you guys like to get angry in the comments. And so I just want to let you guys know that you don't have to get angry. But, yeah, I think it's a good fragrance. Pick this one up if you wanted to try a cheap, good fragrance. I think you guys will like this. Has anyone out there tried Dunhill Icon Racing Blue from the house of Dunhill? If you have, let me know your thoughts on this fragrance down in the comments below because I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. I'd love to hear if I'm crazy for thinking this is a good fragrance. Am I crazy for thinking it smells like the one or the one Eau de Parfum? Which, by the way, that one has terrible performance too. So, again, another reason to get your hands on this one, guys. But thank you guys so much for watching the video on my channel. If you like this video, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications for future first impressions videos and first related content just like this, guys. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Dollars and Cents. There, you find first related photos and future contest winners, guys. And until the next video, you guys take care. Thanks.